Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today we're going to dive into a quick report from Headset on Pennsylvania cannabis market. So this report from Headset has total sales in Pennsylvania for last month just eclipsing 100 million, 100.3 million to be exact. Their year-over-year sales growth, 85%. So not as much as the 300% we're seeing in Illinois with the new emerging market, but their average basket size at $143 and change surpasses that of Illinois at 110. So not too shabby. They've got about 600,000 accounts. So they've got 600,000 transactions for last month and a brand concentration of 85%. So that's not good. What that means is the top 5 brands basically own 85% of the market. For example, the top 4 brands in Pennsylvania during April all came from Kind Tea Cannabis. Top product was Gorilla Glue number 4 in 7-gram containers, which brought in $1.3 million in April. So for the 5th most populated state in the U.S., you would expect to see adult use markets growing a little bit more rapidly in Pennsylvania, but that could be for a number of reasons: slow rollouts, not enough stores, not enough access, number of reasons. So the last 12 months, we saw Pennsylvania medical cannabis sales totaling 910 million. But medical cannabis sales began growing fairly rapidly in the last 13 months. Started at 40 million in January of 2020, ended at close to 98 million in January of 2021. So one interesting thing that we can see is that the market hasn't experienced any slowdown due to the pandemic. Year-over-year growth in Pennsylvania medical cannabis market was 146%, or 2.5 times as high as last year. That's fairly consistent with what we see, for a medium to smaller market. Again, Illinois was about 350%, but still early on. It's going to have a lot to do with their medical cannabis dispensaries and how fast that rollout is. So the growth in terms of total sales was driven to some extent by the dispensary counts. So that only grew at 33%. Total store numbers were 86 up to 114 dispensaries. Average sales also grew fairly quickly when new store additions were added, and then slowed down from July to November when new stores were added at a faster pace. So in total, the average sales per dispensary grew 86%, from a total of 460,000 to 855,000 from January of 2020 to 2021. So one area that the pandemic may have impacted was the average basket size. From January to February, the average basket was in the low 110s, matching more of what Illinois is doing right now. But that jumped to 150 with the onset of the pandemic. So they were hoarding as well. Basket sizes have since leveled to 130 to 140. So that was kind of an initial, maybe seeing Massachusetts next door shutting down, cause a lot more people to go out and buy more. So the average item size growth was driven by more people buying and buying more of it. And then after August, you saw the average item price remain close to around $50. I wonder if that was driven by promotions or a minimum delivery. You see that in California with the minimums sitting right around $60, which is the minimum for delivery. So curious if that is some curbside pickup discount or delivery minimum. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, interesting to see what Pennsylvania is doing. I know that they're really into hemp manufacturing. They were one of the first to that I saw several years ago, diving into hemp joints, cylindrical joints. So there's a market out there, not a lot of people necessarily compared to other markets, but I think they're kind of interesting to look at from the rural perspective, or a smaller area, kind of give us an idea somewhat similar to, a New Mexico, maybe Saskatchewan up in Canada, already showing us what smaller areas are doing. Still great for the community. So we'll have to come back and see what Pennsylvania is doing. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't. And I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.